Alright guys, so thanks for sitting down with me here for Radio Bocconi. First of all, the obligatory question, how has the tour been so far? Any kind of...
Awesome.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah? So
Yeah.
different from other ones, or just kind of the same old? Because you've done this ages and ages. Anything different about this one?
There's always something different about each tour. I mean,
It's
different
the same,
bands and
same thing, but it's
Yeah.
pretty wild seeing
Okay, cool.
European
being
people
to
and-
a lot of places we haven't been before as a band.
So as a headliner, do you get to have some more time off of, just kind of sightseeing, something like that?
Well, I think we've been sightseeing more because we haven't been drinking.
Mainly.
Usually we would just stay in bed.
But yeah, as a headline, you get to
You
get a
don't
little
have to
more
be-
leeway
yeah.
before the show starts. So
Okay.
You have to be at the venue all day.
Alright. So sort of stressful then, I guess, to some extent? Or?
not really.
No,
It's easier.
just fun.
Yeah.
Alright, so then let's talk about your music for a bit. For someone who hasn't heard of the Amity Affliction before, what's a song that you would want them to listen to? What's the best representation of your band?
I'd say Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's got it all.
That's our lead
Yeah.
single off the new one. So
So is that your favorite, you'd say?
it's just
No.
got a bit of everything.
Okay.
Like you get a taste of all the things we do.
Yeah.
What's your favorite then? Because you said no.
Well, I've had to adjust that in recent times. Probably Death Sand now.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
think.
that's my favorite.
Alright.
It's just a heavy
It's
banger.
fast,
Yeah.
it's heavy.
Fun to play live.
Okay, now, kind of that Amity Affliction sound, that is kind of you building the same sort of sound over and over again and kind of getting it better and better. When was the moment when you realized that that's what you want to do as a band? Not kind of reinvent yourself for every new album, try something different, but just you realized this is the Amity
We've
Affliction.
never changed.
Mainly having, Aaron, he's not here, but he's been the main songwriter all over the
Yep.
years, so it's all just come out of his brain.
Okay,
So obviously it's going to be the same, same thing, but getting better and better as you learn things. So
yeah.
I think it's just having one
And-
current, solid member doing
Oh, okay.
of the writing.
Alright, that makes sense. So, kind of piggybacking off of that trademark sound, because you are kind of, or a lot of people see you as the face of metalcore almost. Do you kind of...
Do they?
Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen, or my experiences with the scene, kind of, do you see yourselves as ambassadors of heavy music at all? Is that something
Really?
you've considered? No?
Nope, don't
We
think
all
about
listen
it.
Really?
to bands that are a lot heavier than ourselves. So
Okay.
Yeah.
to
Such
think of
as?
yourself as a heavy
I don't
band.
know, I went to sleep to Behemoth last night.
And you've got bands
That's
like
amazing.
The Banner,
Yeah, the
Okay.
Banner and
And,
Rise and Fall and
the
shit.
Casey Australian, there's just so many bands out there that are so
Okay.
much heavier than us.
Yeah.
So if someone
Alright.
says we're heavy, that's a nice compliment.
Okay, alright, that's
According to
something
us, not so much.
interesting. Alright, so then, because you've obviously been successful all around the world, but you started in Australia. So how do you see the Australian music scene kind of for this type of music progressing? How has it changed?
I don't know, we're out of it now.
No, do you not?
Mm.
You're not that
We're
into
kind
it
of
anymore?
I'm not in touch with it anymore.
Oh,
because
okay.
I live an hour and a half north of a city, and I've got a family, and I so often
Yeah.
don't care.
I think for us at home, radio is really good because they're
Yeah.
starting to play these heavier bands.
Yep.
And that we'll have people come to shows even in the States and say, I've never heard of you, but I heard you on the radio and now I like you. So
Yeah.
Okay,
I think general people everywhere are opening up to that heavier sound and
yeah,
just want something more rather than pop rock.
which is great, isn't it?
I love pop rock, but everybody's ready for something else.
Yeah. So before we kind of talk about Let the Ocean Take Me, I want to ask, because you obviously have quite a strong impact on a lot of people, how is that, or how do you express your feelings? Every night you're on stage, people screaming your lyrics back at you, just going wild because of something that you created. How does that feel? Is there any way to put that into words?
No.
No.
You sort of have.
Yeah, I mean,
No, I-
because in terms of your open letter, for example, obviously it's kind of an internal conflict, isn't it?
Yeah,
between-
but I mean, that stuff's I'm not who I am on the stage here,
You're right.
obviously, otherwise it'd be a loud arsehole. But, yeah, I don't know, for me, that's this is a big escape thing, so,
Mm.
you know.
So this is your release,
Yeah.
kind of.
I'm hard to talk to outside of
Doesn't seem that way, but okay.
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
That one.
Okay. So then let's move on to the album, because I mean that's the reason we're here, to be honest. So I've heard that kind of your previous recording experiences weren't the best, weren't the most kind of positive experiences. How important was it being at home for this one? And
being at home had nothing to do with it in the past. It was just like, well, the recording Chasing Ghosts was actually fun, but then we got the mixes and they were really shit, and that just ruined everything.
Okay.
And recording Youngbloods, we just had a member that was a real asshole, and so that was just unnecessarily stressful. But I mean, being at home was awesome, but
yeah.
Dan and Aaron weren't at home.
Oh, okay.
I was at home. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't think it was any different. Will's just a legend.
Yeah, just clicked with it. It was like having a member for a second, and then
it's like a mate and another member that really knows what he's doing. So.
Right. Yeah. And knows you guys, I guess. Knows what you kind of get out of it
from previous recordings and stuff like that. So.
And so are you gonna keep going with him for the future?
No reason to leave Will.
Exactly. Okay, perfect. Now I want to know if there were any songs on this album that were kind of, hard to really get what you wanted out of them. You started writing and you had a couple of ideas, but it just kind of...
Never Alone. Took a bit of compromise.
Yeah.
Really? Okay, how so?
I would say it's our most poppy song, and the issue was, like, do we want to...
I didn't want it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, like, we're all hardcore kids.
Yeah.
So, like, having a song like that is like this little conflict within yourself. You're like, oh, it's very catchy, but I also hate it. But I know that,
That was my big problem. I fucking hated it. And but at the same time knew it was good, but really didn't like it.
Yeah, that's I think the problem we all had.
Yeah. But so you were kind of forced to put it on.
And I think as well, like a big problem for me was the first lyrics I wrote for it were really bad. I think they were like the first lyrics I'd written for the album.
Okay.
And so I just hated it so much.
Yeah,
it's like, it's too poppy, the lyrics are shit.
Get rid of it.
Yeah.
No, okay, but so how many songs do you kind of go into the studio with?
I think we had like 13 or 14.
Okay.
On the last one.
22.
All right.
Yeah, this is after. Lyrics. We probably had more like 20. They're songs that we just said that's not even good at all. We won't bother.
They're pretty gnarly with the chopping. Sometimes I'll listen to it twice and be like.
So we'll get rid of songs and say no, and then we'll go in there with 13, 14, and we'll start pre-pro, and that will kind of tell us what's going to be on the record or not. Okay,
so kind of the process of deciding which ones are going to be on it, is that a difficult one?
Yeah, and we even wrote a song in the studio.
Okay.
We just decided we need like a more fast-paced kind of angry song.
Which one's that?
My Father's Son.
Oh yeah. Okay.
We just threw that together in the studio, so...
I like that song.
Yeah.
It'll never get played, but I like
it.
Yeah, so that was going to be another question. So I guess you write on the road, or do you...
Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah. Aaron tends to write at home, and I'll write. I've got a computer and do it that way. And
I think if Aaron could use that program, he'd write everywhere, but he just doesn't know how.
Which program is it?
It's a bunch of stuff. It's two.
I'm just kind of interested, because
basically... It all ends up in Pro Tools, but I won't bore you with the details.
All right, that's it. Yeah, and I mean, kind of speaking of moving on from Let the Ocean Take Me, I know it's insanely early, but have you already kind of thought what you want to change about your style, or kind of?
We're not changing anything.
No, not change as in like majorly doing an overhaul of your band, but just kind of what you want to improve, certain little aspects of it that you want to.
We definitely know what we want to do.
I think everyone wants to improve everything, every record, like
constantly.
Yeah, like I don't think people understand how much we listen to our record straight after it comes out, and almost immediately everyone's got ideas of, we could have done this, we could have done that. So that stuff carries on to the next record, and there'll be parts where I'm like, those lines weren't cohesive enough, like this didn't make enough sense. I didn't properly get across what I was trying to say, and
so you're really critical of your own work then?
Very critical.
You have to be, that's the only way
to
move
guess
forward. And we're all like so close that we can criticize each other's stuff. It's not an issue.
That's important, isn't it? I mean, kind of being a band of brothers almost.
I think even if you know someone's going to be pissed off, you can still
We'll
say
still
it
say it, yeah.
because you know that they'll get over it and it will help.
Yeah,
So,
in the long run.
Yeah.
Okay, so then just a couple of questions to finish off. You know, did you ever think that a band like this would have, would kind of take up so much steam, get up to this sort of, I don't know, a position of...
I think we've done 60 tickets tonight. So.
Really?
It's good some places, not so much.
But,
we did like 600 last night.
Yeah.
In fucking Poland.
Vienna.
Sorry, yeah. And then we did like 400 or something, or
Yeah.
close to it in Poland. So, like, that's insane. But this is funny.
But I mean, let's face it, you've been really successful in terms of like
well, I guess
charts
you
and
wouldn't
things. So
keep doing it if you didn't think it was going well.
yeah.
Well,
So did you
Well,
ever
some
expect
bands
this to happen? This to come out of it, or?
I don't know what you'd expect.
I
You've
don't-
got pipe dreams.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I find that the people that start bands to get big.
Yeah.
Okay,
Don't
don't
last.
work.
No.
Yep.
Or they go up really quick and then come down
Come back
just as
down.
fast.
And we just like music. Like,
Yeah. Don't think any of us would be doing anything else.
No. Dan's been in like.
Bands and
Yeah,
bands,
pretty
bands.
much haven't stopped being in a band since
No.
being a kid.
Being 16 or
Yeah,
something.
right.
15, 16.
And like, none of them got very big, like got big enough, but not
Yeah.
very big. And
Like if this was another one of the bands that didn't get very big, I would do
I
it
wouldn't
anyway.
care.
I'd still be
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
it. Like,
Just for the love of music, then.
well, yeah, that's all I.
That's
all
what
I
you're
do.
in it for.
I think even if we were only playing to 300 a night in Australia, we'd still be doing it because it's
It's fun.
there's
It's nice.
nothing
It's a
That's
else.
amazing.
I
Yeah.
can't picture doing anything else.
It's
So.
like some sort of release, I
Yeah.
guess, for us all.
And then just to finish off, kind of tying perfectly into that. I mean, you've been doing this for a long time. What's one or two things that you tell any kind of budding musician, 16, 17-year-old, who wants to start a band?
Stop getting promo photos before you've written a song. Don't start a Facebook page before you've got music.
Yeah.
Like, write a fucking EP, play your local venue, go on tour, then worry about all the bullshit. Don't get a booking agent, don't get a manager, don't do any of that. Like,
Be a
do
band
it
first.
yourself and be a band first. Otherwise, you're going to get trapped into listening to some fucking guy that probably doesn't know what he's talking about tell you how to tour. Like, just get on the road and tour and like do it like a punk band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Do a
like-
band you like too. Don't do
Yeah.
a band that's cool at the time because someone's already doing that.
Yeah, and like that's the thing. We've never chased a trend. We liked a style of music. We still like it, and we play it.
Yeah.
And that's that. Like, if you like hardcore, do a hardcore band. If you like screamo or whatever, do that. But don't force yourself into a trend.
All right. Well, on that note, thanks so much for sitting down with us, guys.
No worries.
No, it's
Thanks.
Thanks a lot.